This is Steve G and Mad G with Happened in the 90s, a show where we talk about what happened in the 90s. So get out your hanging with the homeboys tapes while you're hanging with Mr. Cooper, because you can't see me like the Muppet Baby's grandma.
Damn! Exclamation point. Damn, son.
Well, today, my friend, we're talking all things April 9th in the 90s. Yeah, book 'em, boys. Starting off in 1990, MacGyver is airing season 5, episode 19, Hearts of Steel. Disgruntled steel mill workers kidnap the daughter of the industrialist who put them out of work. You wanted some MacGyver, Matt. You've been asking for
Thank you,
weeks.
Steve. And the only complaint I have, Steve, not enough MacGyvering in this. It's a lot of straight up like, oh, there's a button to push. No paperclip gum, throw a water bottle in the situation, make a rocket launcher or something. I didn't get that. But this is some good MacGyvering, Steve. And we get a nice little 90s collaboration with Blossom in the mix.
In my opinion, Nation, it's a solid episode.
Damn, you stole it. I love that, Steve. Shout out. Yeah, and apparently Blossom's coming back for a second appearance on MacGyver. This is a return of her character, which I guess had some instance in Sweden. If they keep mentioning, never saw that one, but love this episode, Steve.
We start the episode off with MacGyver. I guess he's packing his bags to play ice hockey.
What can't MacGyver do, Steve? This guy's a center in hockey too.
I mean, with that mullet, how could you not?
Can I also point out that I love MacGyver leans into the 90s trope of tough 90s guy living on a boat, just like Riggs.
Just like Captain Ron.
Boom, Steve. Thank you for that, too. I know you don't like the movie too much, but I appreciate that.
And then we cut to the mall and we see a young Mayimbe Alec with her homegirl, and they go into a music store. They start dancing, lip singing, just feeling themselves. And they leave from there and go to another store. And as they head to that store, we see that these grown ass men are tailing them.
And not like trying to hide it either. Like anybody that's paying half of attention would be like, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Hey, little girls, do you know these guys? It's weird. I don't know. It looks very Epstein to bring it to current, Steve. These guys look like they're on the hunt. They are. And then Mayimbe Alec and her friend go into a TJ Maxx type situation. They're looking at weird leather fringe jackets because Mayimbe Alec's character just has a hard on for fringe. Because that's a nice thing. They're having a good old time, Steve. I'd like to also point out these girls having a 90s great time in a mall. This was the 90s, man. Just walk around the mall and fuck around, make some noise, piss some adults off. It's great.
I appreciated this, yeah, for that exact reason. It reminded me of a time when going to the mall, like that was an event within itself. You lined up your weekend around going to the mall, even if you weren't buying anything. You never know who you're going to run into. You never knew what was just released, what just came out. So you can maybe window shop for another day.
Oh, yeah. Go in the video game store, play a couple of video games, check out some toys if you're younger, check out some honeys if you're older. Shit, I wasn't handsome, but I knew some guys that I used to hang out, go to the mall with. They pull some chicks. Never happened to me, but I saw it happen. So the possibilities were endless, Steve. You could get a bite to eat. You could see a movie.
Play some NBA Jam. While they're in this clothing store, they switch coats, which is relevant to the story. They leave, and the goons, they make their move. They carry off Mayimbe Alec, or Lisa, as she's called, and her friend Greta.
I think it's Ingrid. I think Greta's the mom.
Yeah, Ingrid, Lisa, and Ingrid, they get taken away into the parking garage. But we don't see George and Jerry and Elaine and Kramer. We just see Lisa being thrown into a janitor closet and her friend being taken away.
Not a soul around or says anything. You run through a mall with two kids yelling, get into a parking garage in a mall. Shame on the adults in this situation. But yeah, Mayimbe Alec, luckily for her, she just gets thrown into a freaking closet, Steve.
Since it's the early 90s, maybe people weren't wizened up as far as like looking or spotting the rape van. Maybe it wasn't known, a publicly known thing, but yeah, anytime you see a rape van now, especially if a little girl's being thrown into it, yeah, there were several red flags.
Most of which, let's not forget, there's just two little girls getting carried around like luggage who are like, help us. I mean, you gotta say something, guy at the Orange Julius, please. Can I get an employee at least? I don't care about the parents, but it's the 90s, Steve, so we're here.
They went to the most vacant part of the parking garage,
They went to
but
Southwick now, apparently.
yeah, basically, yeah. We cut to a nice house, and there's like this shrewd businessman at his desk. Stocks, bonds, Dow Jones, Nasdaq.
I don't care about the workers.
Yeah. All of a sudden, he receives a package that has Lisa's purple coat in it with a message.
We got her. Don't call the cops, bitch.
He does one better. Instead of calling the cops, he calls MacGyver.
Loophole. Even if the guys say something, he's like, hey, man, this is MacGyver. This isn't a cop. He doesn't have a
Yeah.
badge. I didn't break any rules here, guys.
Exactly.
He's just a hockey player. So, yeah, MacGyver's like, Mr. Woodman, I was going to go hit a couple of slap shots, but guess I'm on a plane over to you now. Because MacGyver's on call, Steve. If somebody's in danger, he's like freaking Superman. He's just going to fly across the country, help this dude out real quick.
Yeah, that red phone's not too far away from Mr. MacGyver. And he tells MacGyver, I need your help, man. Do what you got to do. Lisa's been kidnapped. And he tells his assistant, sell all the stocks in my portfolio. I need all the money I can get.
But, sir,
I hated that guy.
Yeah, the
dweebish.
little underling scumbag. Later at the mansion, at Mr. Woodman's mansion, it's his actual government name, Steve. MacGyver shows up. I don't know if he had a private jet, but he's here. And he saved this girl one time. So that's why Woodman called him. He's like, look, man, I know you can locate her. We didn't even leave the country this time. MacGyver's like, well, did you call the police? And he's like, no, they said not to. He's like, you got to call the cops. You have to. So MacGyver, he's at least savvy to that point. Then we cut to the mall. It's not even the security guy. The janitor comes in for the night clean. And he's like, he opens the door. He's like, God damn it, Jerry. Did you do it again? She doesn't he doesn't say that, but he finds Blossom. So now Blossom's found. She's not kidnapped. And cut back to the mansion, and MacGyver and the cops are setting up like this little 90s phone trace machine, which I love.
Whitepages.com.
It looks like a calculator, to be honest with you. I think that's what they used. Because all it does is put a phone number on there, Steve. So it could have been a calculator. This is testing the limits of 90s technology, Steve. MacGyver has actually brought some technology in here that I don't think the cops had. He's smartened them up to this. I mean, it's MacGyver.
Surprisingly, Lisa, she shows up. She returns home. And Mr. Woodman, he's glad to see her. Like, they actually stole Ingrid. They took her. Now the maid, who's Greta is her mom. And now she's sad. She went from being sad to elated and back to sad.
First, I thought Woodman was banging the maid. I was like, you dog, you. Also, shout out to the mall security guard or whoever drops Blossom off at the house because they don't even come in. They're just like, yeah, just don't say anything. Don't tell your dad about me.
She took some notes from MacGyver. She's like, hey, they left fingerprints on her sunglasses.
She's a little genius, honestly. She's a little MacGyver. Osmosis, some MacGyver skills, and she's telling a Lieutenant Rome, who's a cop that's involved now. I don't know if he's a regular, but it seems like they know each other. And Lieutenant Rome's like, damn, okay, little girl, so what else you got? And she basically is like, I got the plates, and she's got a pretty decent description of the perp, Steve, that she saw, Mr. Kidnap.
The kidnappers call, and the head of the nappers, he's requesting $3 million in cash, Woodman.
I need $3 million. I like the voice modulator he has. And MacGyver starts the trace, which is just hitting a button, and it just sort of circulates some numbers, but the guy hangs up too fast to trace it. But here's this is just the note that poke holes in MacGyver, shame on me. They have a trace machine, right? It throws the phone number up before the guy hangs up. Then he hangs up, and MacGyver's like, Can't trace it. I'm like, you got the fucking full phone number, bro. Just where'd the number come? Can you call the cops and ask them to tell you where that address is? I know it won't come up on your little calculator machine, but I don't know,
Yeah.
Steve. It just didn't make a lot of sense.
He also told Whitman to meet him at the flagpole. Leave the money at the flagpole at the observation part. Don't do anything to Lisa. They don't even have the right girl. It's either Whitman or MacGyver. They say like, "Yeah, don't let them know," because they think they have Lisa.
Yeah. And now that Woodman, the cynical rich asshole, realizes his daughter's not in danger, when he hangs the phone up, Lisa's like, "You're gonna pay the $3 million, right?" And Woodman goes from "I'll do anything" to "Sorry, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I gotta leave this up to the cops. I can't pay that much money, girl."
Yeah. I'm broke all of a sudden. And he tells Greta, look, the police know how to handle this sort of thing. You
Sorry
know?
about your daughter.
Yeah. She cusses her dad out. I hate you. I hate you.
I hate you.
Then she just runs off. But MacGyver, he's on it, regardless if it's Lisa or Ingrid. He's telling her at the same time, your dad's not a bad guy. No, he is. All he cares about is his money. TCB.
But she's working on this composite sketch, giving away this like pretty decent description. And MacGyver's running her through the simple Mac program that they have to just sort of it's the basic create a character in a video game now, Steve, is what they've done. But she gets to where she's like, that's the guy. And when I saw the picture, I was like, did Jay Moore kidnap Ingrid?
Wow. And the nappers, back to them, they convene with the girl tied up. The boss, whatever you want to call him, he looks like Jackie Gleason. If
Yeah,
you, it's like he could be his son, like Jackie Gleason melded with Stacy Keach.
Tony Montana's first boss.
You're not
Loja?
talking about Robert
Yeah,
Loggia,
it's Loja. He kind of looks like
Loge
Loja,
dog.
honestly. Little weight on him. But they're set up in like this old warehouse looking place. He gets there and he sees the chick that they kidnapped, and he's like, hold on, guys, let's reconvene outside real quick. And they like step out of this whatever room that they're in, and he's like, you fucking kidnapped the wrong chick, man.
Yeah. The 90s flunky has to be an idiot. Oh, boss, I don't know. She had on a purple coat, boss.
They didn't tell him you didn't have one photo of this chick that you could show these two bugle boy dudes. They're just like surfer guys. Now Robert Loge is like, we can use her as bait.
Yeah. Well, what did you do with the other one? Oh, we locked her up in the janitor closet at the mall.
Ay, madrón. So these guys, they're not really set up for success at this point, but they're working with what they got. They got a girl, so they got to make the most of that. So now we come back to the Woodman's house, and the cops are getting Woodman ready. He's not going to pay the money, but he's going to do the meetup to, meet with the guys and try to get Ingrid back. They leave a couple of officers to watch Lisa while he goes and does this, and she's with like Greta the maid. They just go to like do this thing in the park, and MacGyver and the cops are watching from like a distance. No kidnappers, Steve.
Yeah.
They didn't even show.
He did leave a note, though, for Mr. Woodman, and it has his name on it, and it just says observatory. Now, cut to MacGyver, he actually finds Ingrid. Ingrid says, like, they wanted me to tell you that they have leverage. And Mac, he realizes that they're heading for Lisa. That's how his mind works. Immediately, he makes a phone call. He calls the house, and no one answers. So they make it to the house. The bodyguard, he's laid out. They punched him out. Greta, she's tied up, and Lisa's nowhere to be found. Whoa!
God damn it, cop that we left. What did you do, man? You telling me the Hardy Boys knocked him out?
I'm sorry, boss. I didn't feel.
So then they try to get like infant from, and I also just got to go back to what MacGyver like thought when he heard that. I'd be like, man, what the fuck does that? I would have no idea. I wouldn't rush back to the house. I'd be like, Guys, let's like have a huddle up here. Like, what does that mean?
Leverage. See, I know that's when they got one up on us, but still, what kind of one up is it?
You mean like, are we gonna negotiate? So they don't got no. Okay, well, let's go back to the house and kick it at the mansion real quick. Like, we'd get back there, but not urgently. But they are trying to ask Ingrid what's going on. MacGyver's guiding her through like this meditation hypnosis thing where they're pulling details from her. She didn't really see too much, but she
Yeah,
heard things, you know? She
she
saw
felt things.
exactly the steps. The steps
Yeah.
are weird. And that's the kind of stuff MacGyver was going off of, but you know, it's MacGyver, Steve. Let's not pick too many holes in this.
So yeah, they had to go upstairs. It was steep and narrow, and it was rough on her feet. And then Mac, he takes her shoe, looks at the sole, and he picks out a steel shaving. So that's the little that they're working with. But MacGyver, he's built in that case,
Yeah.
and he's like, it could be a scrap yard.
Someplace industrial, possibly. That's pretty okay. No, it's probably some like a furniture store. Who knows? They're downstairs, but all of a sudden a phone goes off, but it's upstairs, and Woodman's like, "That's Lisa's private line." So they run upstairs. It's the kidnappers, and because they have Lisa, obviously they know a different number to call because that other one was traced. Smart. Not as smart as the actual kidnappers they sent, but
Yeah.
this guy's got it. He's like, look, I got Lisa now. And since you were dicking around, price went up, buddy. 5 mil. Need it. Cash.
And I told your ass, no police. Now, I had your girl give me her number. No police.
Or she's dead. The Loge is gonna kill this bitch.
One of these days, Woodman. Pow! Right to the moon.
Then we cut to the warehouse, and it turns out the head kidnapper starts espousing about why he's doing this. Turns out this factory that is one that this Woodman guy shut down because he's a heartless capitalist that doesn't care about the workers. So the kidnapper guys actually used to work at this place. Because he shut it down, they're pissed. And he said they're pissed mainly because when he bought the place, he said he was going to keep them on. He said they were going to have jobs. They didn't have to worry about it. And then he cut the rug out from under him. So he's doing this in front of Lisa. And then finally, one of the guys who is with him, like, takes him aside. Is like, "Hey, boss, can we step outside?" And he's like, "Hey, man, this chick just saw all of our faces and you said all of our names. So what's the deal here? Are we going to have to kill this bitch?"
Yeah. And this one goon looks like John Walsh from America's Most Wanted. But
They are very describable. So they do have that problem. This guy, we kind of get the feeling that he's not really in it for the money as much as he wants revenge on this Woodman guy. He's really got a hard on for this dude. Pause.
yeah. And Woodman doesn't even remember him. So they're trying to like trace his memory. And it sounds like something personal, especially when they meant leverage. Well, what about that warehouse you shut down? I had to have the chairman physically removed, and he was a hothead, but I paid everyone 3 months severance. I'd kidnap your daughter to 3 months severance. Do you know how much you get by on 3 months? 3 months, it'll be here and gone. Especially the older you get. I feel like we
That shit'll be gone in a month.
it'll be gone in a month.
Yeah, a bad month, that's gone for real. So this guy, he has a reason to be pissed off at this dude. He has a righteous anger at this guy, and he's trying to pull all the money he has. So while he's telling MacGyver all this stuff about Breland Steel, which is the name of the company he shut down, he's telling his douche assistant, like, liquidate it. Sell it. We gotta get this money. And the assistant's now like, I'm just worried that you're losing your position. You're weak now. It's like, shut up, man.
Seriously, I want you to come to the steel mill so that you can see what you destroyed. And now that we're at the steel mill, Mac shows up solo and he drives around to the back. Mac sneaks in and he overhears a conversation with this guy, and his name is Mike Travers. So he's hearing Travers giving orders, and they're talking about murdering this little bitch.
Yeah, he's like, just keep her here. I'm going to take one dude because obviously the best plan of is to just completely separate and make yourself weaker. So he's like, I'm going to take one guy. We're gonna go talk to this dude and take this money and shoot his ass. You keep this little girl back here and just hang out. We'll be back." And so they kind of like go that way. They're somewhere else, and MacGyver's like sneaking around this warehouse, just looking at stuff. He's got his T2 scanners on, and he's like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, okay. There's a little hook. Da-da-da-da-da-da. There's a piece of fabric or rope that's just magically here. Let me just go ahead, MacGyver that. He's pulling some factory stuff. He sets up a little thing there, and then he sees a magnet, Steve. And that's going to come into play because he's going to MacGyver something in this freaking episode, or I'm going to be pissed.
He sees one of the goons solo, so he creates a diversion. He throws something over the ledge, and the guy looks over long enough for him to just Indiana Jones kick him in the head.
That's fantastic. And that is his MacGyver move, actually. He uses that hook to fly in and do that flying kick. It's very MacGyver. It's very cool.
He makes it to Blossom, but he needs to get the key out of Buddy's pocket. So while Jackie Gleason Jr. is calling for him, now he comes upstairs. Mike Travers, he takes her out of the room and heads down to meet her father. So Mac tells him, and he sees the other goon pulling up in it looked like I call it the Unkmobile, something that my uncle would have drove in the 80s and 90s.
Just a boat. Just a big old heavy ass boat. My buddy's dad had a Pontiac Parisian that is this exact car. It's like a Cutlass Supreme. This is where that magnet comes in, because that henchman comes in, parks it, and for some reason, Travers, nobody's like reacting to the sound of a giant magnet machine moving. MacGyver moves it, Crane machines the car and hoists it up, and the guy's like, "Oh, what's going on, boss? Well, I'm flying over here."
Lisa, now she sees her dad arriving, and she runs for her dad, but Travers is right behind her with the tool out.
Freeze, bitch. Travers isn't fucking around, dude. He's about to just straight up cold-blooded execute these people. MacGyver's obviously, he's coming too, so he's chasing behind him as well. They're in a standoff. Good old Mexican standoff, Steve. And Travers is kind of like, "Dude, I just want to kill your ass at this point. You took everything from me." MacGyver comes in, and instead of using his fists or a giant magnet, you know what he does, Steve? He uses common sense.
He's crafty with those words, just like he is with the technical.
It's all part of the skill set.
Tells him it's not worth it, man. You're going to have to kill all of us. And I know you're not built like that, Travers. Those people don't want blood money. Those workers, they want an honest day's work. So this isn't the way.
Yeah, because that's what Travers says. He's going to give that $5 million of ransom to, I think he said 300 employees that lost their job, or however many people lost their job at this place. So this guy's like Robin Hood, dude, in a way. But also he's about to kill a young girl and her father. So there's a little bit of weirdness in that. Travers, he's like, "All right, MacGyver, you got me. I got to give him credit, man. He didn't kill a family, but you're going to jail, dude. You know, you got into some hijinks here, so we got to put you away for a while."
Yeah, back of that cop car looking stupid. "Take him away, boys."
Just sitting there driving to jail like, fuck, I could have $5 million. Shit.
Now we cut to Lisa and her dad, and he was just like, "Man, I didn't mean any of that shit. I said the dude anyway. I was just saying that shit." So the dad,
he's like, "Fuck that. I'm not keeping the factory open. I ain't doing that."
Yeah. Lisa's like, "Dad, you can't keep doing this. Just telling people bullshit just so you can get what you need and then back out of the deal."
Lisa,
she's like,
"Yes, I can. I'm rich.
I'm rich, little bitch." Well, that too. She's like, "Yeah, you got a point. I'm still gonna keep doing that shit though."
Yeah, sure, Lisa. That's just what he does. He never does what he says. He's like, "Yeah, of course I'm gonna do that." She checks in like 2 weeks later. He's like, "What?" She's like, "God damn it, Dad! They're still homeless."
We talked about that.
You got man. Kidnapped? Whatever. Hold on. Yeah, sell that company real quick.